Getting now to the experts in the studio, Chakshu Roy, PRS Legislative, joining us to take the deliberations forward. Shekhar Iyer also joining us, senior journalist, senior political journalist, somebody who's with us across the last one and a half month, helping us understand elections. Let me first come to you, Chakshu. How does one take a look at this particular phase? Anything interesting that you've picked, that could give us a sense? Because almost two-thirds MPs are, or their fates are sealed with 4 phases of elections over.
Yeah, I think about 380 seats, 379 seats have already gone to elections. Couple of interesting things. One, if our viewers were listening to Gautam, he mentioned that he was in Kargil. And the distance between Leh and Kargil is roughly about 200 kilometers. And it is part of the same constituency. It just showcases as to what is the extent of the size of election and the complexity of conducting elections in this country. So it'll be interesting to see that contest, especially after Ladakh is now a union territory, and what is it that the people want there. The other interesting fact, if you noticed, is that in the 14 seats that are going to elections in Uttar Pradesh, the number of MPs who've had multiple terms in Lok Sabha is quite high. So, for example, from Lucknow, Mr. Rajnath Singh has been in Parliament for quite some time. In Amethi,
Sonia Gandhi, now Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah. So there are extensive parliamentary experience across. And in the West Bengal, just the amount of people contesting elections, I think about at least 12 to 14 candidates per seat. That's quite interesting, especially with the number of seats that are going to pass.
Okay, Shekhar, looking at this particular phase, we are looking at the eastern and the northern part of India in this phase of election. We have not touched west, but what are some of the interesting challenges that you could see in the north and the east?
Well, you see, the battle in Bengal has shifted to the southern part of Bengal, which is where the biggest challenge lies for the BJP as well as for Trinamool. And Mamata Banerjee has been campaigning intensively in all the southern parts. And yesterday she made that announcement that Trinamool Congress will not be part of the government if there is a possibility of formation of government. Rather, they will support from outside.
True.
So political pundits in Bengal and outside have been wondering, why did Mamata chose to make this statement when, right now, it's the thick of the campaign, the 5th phase is ahead, and thereby raising question as to how the opposition alliance is actually working on. Because Mamata had earlier said there is no India alliance in West Bengal.
True.
And whatever will happen will be after the elections. So that is one aspect. And when you talk of North, I think that there is a lot of focus on the 2 constituencies in Uttar Pradesh particularly, which is the Raebareli and Amethi. Raebareli, we have seen at the last minute, Rahul Gandhi chose to take the plunge.
True.
And there was a lot of speculation as to whether Priyanka would contest from Amethi. And finally, the ticket was given to Kishori Lal Sharma, a person who has been looking after the Raebareli constituency for Sonia Gandhi. So there is a lot of interest as to how the outcomes will be this time, because one is the Raebareli seen as a traditional seat of the Gandhi family, and in the case of Amethi, with Rahul not contesting this time, how is the battle going to be for Smriti Irani?
Well, 2 more seats that I would add to the list that you put, Amethi and Raebareli. One is Gonda, from where Uttar Pradesh got its first woman chief minister, and also Kaisarganj, where the battle just gets bigger. Thank you. Appreciate both of you joining us this evening to help us understand this particular phase of elections.